Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to discuss the importance of dealing with adversity. You know, sometimes in life we're going to get dealt bad cards. We're going to have things that happen that make us feel like everything's going wrong. We're going to have things that happen that put us in a position where we don't think we can recover. You know, you lose your job. You get dumped by your girlfriend, you get into really bad shape, and you know, one day you look in the mirror and you just feel like there's no coming back. Loads of things are going to happen to us. And the real thing about adversity is how you face it, is how you deal with it. You know, the way I see it, we're all going to get tested. That's the absolute truth. You know, in this life, there are going to be challenges. There are going to be things that we have to face and deal with. As I said, it's just about how you deal with it. So I think we should start to see every single problem, every single, bad thing that comes up in our life as an opportunity. Because the better you get at dealing with problems, the stronger your character is going to be. You know, and if you deal with problems on a consistent basis, and let's say, I don't know, for example, you put on loads of weight and you get yourself into bad shape. It's happened to me before. Not to the extreme, but there have been times where I've looked at myself and I've thought, you're looking a bit pudgy, you're looking a bit fluffy, I don't like what I'm seeing here. There's a choice in that situation. You either continue down the path that you're already going on and you know where that will get you, or you make a decision, you say, you know what, I'm going to flip this around. And when you do flip it around, you develop your ability to deal with adversity. So when something else that's difficult comes up in your life, you're better equipped to deal with it. You know, it's like exercising discipline. Every single time you exercise discipline in your life, it gets easier. It gets easier and it gets easier. You know, once you've been doing it for a week, it becomes easier. The next week is a bit easier. Once you've been doing it for a month, the following month is a bit easier. It's like going to the gym. You go once, you go twice, you go 3 times, you go 4 times. You start to build up a habit. And it's the same with adversity. When you deal with problems and stuff goes wrong in your life, it might not even be your fault. Maybe it's stuff that's really tough. Like you lose a family member, or as I say, you lose your job, your partner leaves you. Whatever. Each time you deal with it, you start to build this sort of portfolio of examples of how you deal with things. And that builds confidence. So although it's never good that we have problems in our life, we're never going to be happy when things go wrong, it is still an opportunity. And in the long term, if you look at it in this way, it could be good. Because, you know, you can look at it from the lens that things are going wrong, it's awful. But every single time you face adversity, you also have an opportunity. An opportunity to fix that problem and subsequently start developing your problem-solving skills, developing, solving problems under pressure, which, later on in life, you're going to be grateful for. You want to be the guy who your friends and family call in times of need. You want to be the person who is deemed as competent. You want to be the person who people trust because they're so sure in your ability to get things done. So look, I say to you, if you're going through a tough time right now, first and foremost, I'm sorry that you are. I'm sorry that you are. But I want you to try and reframe your perspective on tough moments. Instead of feeling sorry for yourself, which is very easy to do. I've done this before, I've made the same mistake. But instead of feeling sorry for yourself and allowing this problem to fester and wallowing in this state of self-pity, change the perspective. Say to yourself, you know what? I'm not happy with this situation. You know what? I want things to change, but I understand that this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity to develop my problem-solving skills. This is an opportunity to add another string to my bow. You know, start seeing it like that. Take it personally. You know, there are going to be times where we're down in the dumps. There's going to be times where, you know, maybe people are talking about you in a negative way. Maybe people are questioning your ability to come back. Maybe you've been broken up with and your friends and acquaintances have heard about it. They've heard you've been dumped. And they're talking about you. And they're saying, well, I doubt that he's going to be able to come back from this. You know, I wonder if we're going to see the same version of this guy. And that's where you take it personally. That's where you deal with the tough situation that you are in. You grab it by the throat and you say, you know what? I'm going to evolve. You say, you know what? I'm going to level up. I'm going to prove everybody wrong. Take it personally. And in the meantime, you become stronger. Look, we're human beings. Setbacks, pain, bad things that happen in our lives, they affect us emotionally, of course. It's important that we have the ability to feel that emotion. But it's also important that we have the capability to learn from these lessons and grow from these lessons. That is the real personal development in these situations. You know, when you are facing adversity, as I said, it's not about the problem and the implications it has on your life right now. It's about how you deal with that problem and how you grow as a result of dealing with that problem. Because, as I said, life's always going to throw things at you. It's always going to test you. But place the emphasis on that word there, test. Life is going to test you. And on a test, you can either pass or fail. But if you keep passing these tests, you're going to build your character. You're going to build your problem-solving skills. You are going to build your ability to work with people. You're going to build your ability to work under stress. And because you're doing all of those things, you're going to start noticing that different areas of your life start to improve. Your finances, your relationships with the people around you. You're going to improve, as I said, things like conflict resolution. And because of that, your life overall and how you view yourself is going to change. Right now, it seems painful. It seems like at times there's no coming back. But this really is an opportunity. This really is make or break. So look, to summarize things, gents, I understand that it's tough. I understand that you feel hurt right now. I do. I've been there myself. But you need to understand that this is an opportunity. You are being given a gift right now. And if you view it like that, you can take more out of it than if you view it only as a negative. Start to look at these problems and these situations that arise in your life that you're not happy with and see them as opportunities, because that is the avenue for growth and that is the avenue for success. But look guys, that's all I've got for today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the subscribe button. It really helps the channel. We're trying to grow the channel as big as possible this year. We have a little goal for 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So every single one of you that clicks that subscribe button, you make a big difference. As always, comment your thoughts down below, like this video. And for you guys that are interested, I'm offering my one-to-one coaching services. So I have a link down in the description below. If you're interested, all you've got to do, click the link, book yourself a slot whenever you're available, and I will see you on the other side. And additionally, guys, there is a free men's Discord community. The link is in my description. Click on that, join the community, and we're going to get talking. We're going to get discussing problems that we've got, things that we've got going on, and we're going to try and help each other through difficult times, and we're also going to help each other level up. So if you like the sound of that, hit that link. And as always, guys, thank you for your time and attention, and I will see you in the next one.